Hello and welcome everyone to today's tutorial where I'm going to walk us through some apps that we will need to have in our desktop computer to be able to write Python codes.
So writing Python code to a computer is very easy, but you would need two things. First is the interpreter, and the second is the IDE. So the interpreter is the application that translates the high-level Python language into binary codes that the computer can understand. And the IDE is the application that connects to the interpreter that helps you to write very detailed Python codes. So let's get straight into downloading the interpreter and the IDE.
So to first download the Python interpreter, you can head over to Google Chrome or any of your browser to type Python download or Python interpreter download. The link of the versions of the Python interpreter will be displayed and then you can actually click. It is usually the first link on the screen. So you can click that to head over to download the Python interpreter. On the Python's download site, the operating system of your machine will be detected, and so what you just need to do is to head over to the download button and click it to download the latest version of Python interpreter into your machine. Once the app is downloaded, the next step is to open it and begin the installation process. So check the boxes down below to add Python to the path directory and also use admin privileges to install the Python interpreter. After that, click on the Install Now button to continue the installation. Depending on the architecture of your system, the setup process might take a while. So I'm really going to hasten up this process so that we can go over to the next installation stage. So now that the setup process is successful, you can click on the close button to close this window.
I can head over to my search bar to type Python, and I will see that I have installed the 64-bit Python interpreter into my laptop.
Here is the command line interface of the Python interpreter. It provides you where you can still write your Python codes like adding or subtracting some numbers and printing some text on the screen. Another thing to note about writing programs in the interpreter is that you can save your file. Once you're done writing the program here and you close the session, your programs are lost. So you have to start writing it all over again when you start a new session. So you can save your file with the integrated development environment, which is the IDE that connects to the interpreter to help you write your Python code that can be executed, and you can save the script. You can also debug with the IDE. You can also have some syntax highlighting and some other features that are very beneficial while programming. So there are a lot of IDEs out there that you can use to write Python programs. We have the Visual Studio, we have PyCharm, we have Spider, we have Jupyter Lab, and a lot of them. But the IDE that we would download in this program is a PyCharm IDE.
So I'll head over to my browser and write PyCharm download. PyCharm is an app that is built by the JetBrains company. So if you see www.jetbrains.com/PyCharm/download, in most cases also it will be the first link you're going to see on the screen. You just click on it and head over to downloading your PyCharm. There are two types of PyCharm applications that are available on the JetBrains website: the PyCharm Professional and the PyCharm Community Edition.
The professional version of PyCharm is paid for, while the community version is free. As a newbie, the community edition is very much more than enough for you to use to write your Python programs.
So I will head over to download the community edition of the PyCharm application. I will click and save. Now my PyCharm community version is downloaded. I head over to the folder. So that's the welcome page. Welcome, click next to continue. So click on next. You can choose the install location where you want to install your application. So in my case, it will be in the program files in my root directory, JetBrains folder. So I'll have to leave everything in default. So I'll just click on next. So if you want to create a desktop shortcut to the app, you can check this. And also you have to add it to the bin folder to the path. So you need to check this. And so you update context name, you can leave this other one and click on next. So select the start menu folder in which you would like to put the program shortcut. You can also enter a name. So just click on the next and install. You may want to reboot your system after completing the setup. But just because I want to show you some things in the PyCharm application, I'll have to reboot manually later, and I'll click on finish. So right now, I can also go to my search bar and type in PyCharm. You can see the application. So I just have to click on it and open it. If you can just have to click on the user agreement, and then click on confirm and continue. So you may want to share your own certificate, but in most cases I don't want to share my certificate, so I have to click on this. So let me click on this to expand the window. So here you can see your projects. You can customize the view of the app. You can see the plugins that came with the app, or you can also install some plugins if you want to on this aspect of the on this panel of the app. And if you want to learn about the app, you can also click here and look at some resources that will help you or guide you in navigating through the PyCharm application. So I just click on the project. So let me try to create a new project. So by clicking the new project, you automatically, the project will have a name. So in this case, it's going with Python project name. So let me just say Tech with Java is the name of my project. I'm going to write the project Tech with Java. So this is the location where my project will be stored. If I want to connect my project to the Git repository, I can click on this. If you want to create a main.py working script for your project, you can also click on this. So let's just click on this to see what it brings up. When you've written the name of a project, this is where your project is going to be stored, the folder. So you need to select an interpreter that has to be linked with the IDE. So in this case, you come here. If you have not downloaded the interpreter, you can click on this particular button to install your app. But if you click on this button, you will see it's going to give you versions of Python interpreter that if you have not downloaded an interpreter, you can download them and install them, and it will be linked directly to the PyCharm app. After this, you now have to create your environment. So here is your main.py script. And this is the example Python script that you checked on. And here's an example Python script that by clicking the checkbox was generated for you to test your Python script, to test the Python code. So if I want to run this file, I have to go to the top menu and click on this play button and to run the program. So here is the output of the program. It says, hi, Python. So if I click on this part of the code and say, hi, Georgia, and then run my script again. So you can see, hi, Jaja. So if your PyCharm is able to display this output for you, then you will know that you've successfully been able to install your Python interpreter and is able to link it with your PyCharm. Now you're good to go and you can write your codes on this screen. So you can actually navigate to your folder, click on here, click here to see the structure of your code, and click on this particular icon to see some keys. These are some buttons. So you can see the Python console. So the Python console is just like the Python interpreter. So you can also just type our codes like as we did before. And yes, okay. Now so the output as well. If you want to write a new program, you can just highlight all, delete, and write your program. So I can say print set with Java, and I click on my run button, set with Java. That's all about it, guys. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I will do well to attend to them. Happy coding. Thank you very much.